Welcome to Heaping Spoonful, a twice-monthly conversation with restaurateurs, chefs, growers, and others who have helped generate the legends associated with eateries across the Mid-South. The team at Benny Keith is proud to sponsor this adventure with the goal of preserving the stories that have helped cultivate an amazing food scene across the Mid-South. So kick back and enjoy a Heaping Spoonful.
All right, everybody out there in podcast land, it is the first or third Tuesday of the month. That means Heaping Spoonful right here at a Benny Keith Studios. We're over here in Rose City. And listen, I mean, Rusty will tell you, I picked up this podcast for selfish reasons, all right? Well, not 100% selfish, but I just like the business so much. I like to get to know people, and I like to see how people came up in the business and all that kind of stuff. And I've obviously been watching y'all for a while. My wife and I, well, I can't tell you how many times we've said, like, man, they got to come closer. Y'all are too far out there. But we come in. Wings. I mean, we're going to talk wings today. We're going to talk pizza today. We're going to talk about a little bit of everything today. But I will say this, that, I mean, we talked before. I've been trying to get you guys on the podcast for a while because I want to hear your story. And that's what I'm interested in. I want to hear your story, where you guys came up, and how you put everything together, because you're killing it over there. I know you are. And you guys got a great reputation, which I'm excited about. It's because it's a thing, and that's another thing that we'll talk about today, too.
Yeah.
So today, sitting across the table, I have Kreg and Samantha Stewart of Certified Pies. Guys, thanks for coming in.
Hey.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Yeah,
I'm glad to be here.
Super excited to have you guys in. We're huge fans, have been for a while now. I didn't catch any food until you guys got in your brick and mortar right now, you know. But let's start first, like a little bit of history. Like, are you guys from Arkansas?
Yeah.
Both of us from. I'm from Little Rock.
Central Arkansas, yeah.
Okay. All right. So learning all the different spots and all, like, I guess, like the different cavities of Little Rock and everything. You know, I've been here for about 6 years now, and every day I'm like, I don't know where the hell that is. I don't know. And everybody's all, my staff makes fun of me all the time. Who's like, dude, you've been here 6 years. You need to figure it out. I'm like, hey, man, like, I don't know, 2 years was pretty much COVID, where we're just locked up in the restaurant the whole damn time, you know? I know y'all went through that, too.
That's true.
Brutal. So how did y'all meet? Was it school? Was it?
We actually met in high school. Believe it or not, I can tell the story.
No.
I had left one high school in Little Rock, and my parents, we all moved out to Bryant my 11th grade year. And I remember getting off the bus, and it was actually her and her best friend that was the first two people I had saw when I met. And they were very nice, showing me around. But didn't pay them no mind. You know what I'm saying? It's my first day at the school. I'm just trying to find my footing. We really didn't lock on to each other till what, December? Or the next, what? You had graduated.
I graduated. So
yeah, you graduated. She early graduated and left in like December. And it was
after. It was.
Was it? You tell your side.
So, I originally grew up in Conway. And so I spent most of my time there. And then very similar, my 10th grade year is when I ended up going to Bryant. So I was there a couple years before he came. And I ended up just I don't know how the curriculums were, but I was able to graduate early moving to Bryant. They had a different class structure, and I ended up having more credits and all that kind of stuff. So yes.
Get me out of this school.
Listen,
Right.
I was done with high school. I had the opportunity. Plus I was, already trying to work and stuff like that. So I ended up graduating early, but we did meet originally in Bryant. or in school. We went to school together. But it wasn't until afterwards. I had an apartment, and I had a friend, my same best friend. She came home from the military, and so I don't know. They all invited each other, and we all hung out one night. And he would like to tell everybody that he was coming for the friend. He was coming for the friend, and ended up interested in me, and that's
That happened like that.
yeah.
I mean,
Whole world, man.
yeah. That's how destiny works, right? I mean, that's how it works.
I saw something I liked, and I went for it, man.
He would like to say that I stole him from her. That's not. They were never a thing.
No, we weren't a thing. We were just dating, or I wouldn't say dating, talking,
Right.
hanging out.
Yeah.
And I saw Samantha, and I was like, "Who is this fine lady carrying laundry down the stairs? Let me get out the car and go help her with this basket of clothes." And she was just nice. She was just, every time I met Samantha, she was the sweetest woman I've ever met in my life. She's so kind. She will, I would say, give you the shirt off her back. That's so cliche, but she really does put others before herself sometime, and she's always been that way since I've known her as a kid, basically. And
yeah, we was kids.
we've been kids together, and we have grown up, and she's never changed. She's always been selfless and caring.
Heck yeah. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a good story too, because some stories, that I've had on this podcast. So, all right. So you're out in Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You were living out there, obviously, out in Bryant. So how'd y'all, where did you guys start cooking, like living together, cooking in the kitchen at home, or was it?
So there's a few years in between us meeting and then actually coming back together, because we were kids when we first met. So we didn't our relationship really didn't form until 2009. So there was a few years in between. He had dated other people, I dated other people, going back and forth, and we ended up just always still communicating with each other. And so that's when we finally was just like, all right, we gonna be serious about it and give it a shot or not. So
She came and found me in the Harps grocery store.
I,
Yeah, she did. She came and
Tracked you
found me. She
down.
found me in the Harps grocery store, and it shocked me, because I wasn't expecting to see her, but we had walked the whole grocery store, just talking, and went back outside, and I remember we were like, we got to figure this out. Either we're gonna make it happen, or what are we doing? And we both just said that at that time we're gonna start taking each other serious, and it was really
There you go.
from there on.
I was in college, so I went to college.
What'd you go to college for?
I was because your parents told you had to go to college. At that time, it was I graduated, and they're like, "All right, what's next?" What do you mean? I just was going to work.
Yeah.
So I settled. I went to Euler, and my last year, my senior year, I ended up taking a marketing class, and I really wasn't very interested in selling and marketing, and just kind of how product placement and all of that kind of work that did intrigue me. And so I was like, well, let me dive into this a little bit more. And when you get to college, they make you take all the aptitude tests, and these are the things you'll be good at, and here's a list of all of the things you should do. All the things. But business was on there, and that was kind of something that like I said, that marketing kind of intrigued me. And so I just kept kind of following down that path. I went to school. I graduated with my bachelor's in marketing, and I tacked on a psychology minor. And it's kind of interesting because, you wouldn't think psychology and business would go together, but I ended up tailoring it to like an industrial psychology. So just the science and art of selling, because it's very much a science. You get into people's brains, and it's intriguing. And so I did that. I went to college from 2009 till 2013, and we was still together during that time. Graduated. I had been working for Alltel for the last couple years that it was Alltel, and ended up going through that whole process. And I was able to end up switching into B2B sales. So I did the call center. I worked my way through college. I worked full time. I went to college full time. Did the hard life, because
did the hustle. Yeah.
That's the thing they want you to do. So, but I ended up getting into sales. I was able to use my degree, and I did business sales. So I got a lot of my business acumen and understanding of business from doing that role, talking to business of all sizes. I talked to small mom and pop businesses. Mm-hmm. I talked to big corporations, big construction companies, from Fortune 500 companies to all up, and to help them solve problems with technology. And for 15 years, that was my life of just B2B, business to business sales.
Right.
So we did that. Had a kid in there somewhere. Junior came along, and everything kind of shifted after the kid came.
Yeah, everything changes.
Everything changes once you get a kid.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, what were you doing for work at the time, Kreg?
Oh, I'm complete opposite of her. She had herself established and a career going. Me, I was just trying to figure it out. I had a lot of problems with employment, I'll say. I'll be honest, I wasn't the best employee. I don't like following directions. I'm just being honest. I don't like following directions. I don't like being told what to do all the time. And I know that I couldn't continue to be in this type of field or working for somebody else if I don't like to listen. So honestly, something.
But Samantha's like,
oh yeah. She's just eating this all up right now. But also, it was just. I know I wanted to do more with my life besides work at a gas station, being a gas station clerk, or doing temporary jobs, because that's what I was doing a lot of my time. I was doing temporary work. And I got tired of doing that. And I saw this lady over here grinding and busting her ass, and I was just like, I gotta level up, because she is over here zooming through life and getting her education and working, and I gotta make it happen for myself. You know what I'm saying? So I got my CDL in 2011. I watched my dad. He was a truck driver for like 25 years. I kind of just fell into that. Not really passionate about it. Not something that I really wanted to do. It's just I knew he raised us off of being a truck driver, so I knew that it was a decent life that could be established doing being a truck driver. Hated every minute of it.
I couldn't do that, man.
I hated every minute.
People try to get me into it too. It's like, yeah, the money's good, but I can't do that.
I hated every minute of it. It's the same. It's a moving. I say it all the time. Like, it's a moving cubicle, because you get to see the country and all that stuff or whatever, but you just it's a repeat. For me, it was just a repeat. It just wasn't something I wanted to do for the rest of my life, and I had got myself established with the company in like 2017. I had me a good paying job. I had a really good route. I was set. You know what I'm saying? Like I had my week every day. I was ready to go. I decided I want to take another leap of faith for some more money with another company and just go that route because it was actually a good opportunity. It was more money.
More home time.
I would be home on the weekends, weekend-ish. And that was...
that bonus.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's where they get you.
They get you with the sign-on bonus. The sign-on bonus gets you every time. But, at that time, I really thought that this was a really good opportunity for me. And so I jumped on it. And I left the good paying job, the good position that I was in, and I started over from the bottom. I was, and if you're a truck driver and you work for a city or a company, when you the low man on the totem pole, you get the crappy routes. Yeah. Your start time sucks. Your end time sucks. You know what I'm saying? You just got to start at the bottom. So did that for like a year, almost a year, and the pandemic happened. Pandemic happened. Low man on the totem pole gets the chopping blocks. And I mean, it was really right when the pandemic happened. I would say maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, I'm out of a job. And when it happened, it sucked so bad for me. It crushed my spirit. Yeah. It hurt. It hurt me more. It hurt me a lot because I really didn't have no clue on what I was going to do. And I was frustrated because I was so tired of jumping from job to job. And I was like, I'm working so hard to get somewhere or get someplace, and I'm steady feeling like I'm starting over, and I'm starting over, and I'm starting over with these companies.
After a while,
it beat me up, man. It beat me up, and it was luckily during the time when I was working for my first job, the first truck driving job. A lady had inboxed me because she had saw my food on Instagram. I was just posting pictures of food and stuff on Instagram.
No. So
sorry,
we got to go back to, he got us to pandemic time.
Right.
But we got to go back to like 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
We had our second son.
Okay.
Kyson was born in February. And we realized that we had probably gained a lot of weight. Now, I just had a kid, happily married weight.
We just had a kid.
It just packed on real fast.
I hear you.
And two boys, we realized we wasn't as fast as them. So we got on a health journey right after Kyson was born. And that's where the food pictures come in because we had really started to switch up our diet, switch up the foods that we were eating. And we knew that we had to make a change in our what we were eating and what we were doing. And he really was going on when I say all in, a fruit diet. He was ready to be vegan. He was. I wasn't there yet.
I was all the way.
He jumped head in, and I was like, whoa, wait. We stopped eating red meat. We was doing a pescatarian diet, and so these meals we were cooking, he was posting on Instagram. So
it all started right there.
That's where we got it. Now, mind you, okay, so he had a truck driving route. I was working corporate America. A lot of times we really didn't see each other. We were in passing. Either I'm coming, he's going. We got the kid. Somebody's dropping off, come picking up. So our Sundays, our weekends were the time we used to cook, the time we used to make and meal prep. We was meal prepping for the week, and then that's when he was posting the pictures. So now you can tell about how she came in.
Thanks, babe.
Intro. I had to give the
no, you're fine. She messaged me on Instagram and was like, "Hey, I really love your food. It looks incredible. Have you ever thought about doing meal prep?" And my first mind was like, "No." I'm like, "No, I ain't." I ain't thinking about no meal prep. No, I ain't never thought about it.
I legit think we were in the Kroger parking lot at this time.
Oh, really?
Finna go grocery shopping.
I was like, "No, I never thought about doing it." And I said, "I really don't have any interest doing it." She was like, "Well, I think your food looks amazing. What do you think about just trying it out? I'll pay you $200 for 10 meals." And I was like, "Whoa, what?" You said, you pay me what for 10 meals? I said, man, she said $200 for 10 meals. And I was like, it's just one person. Let's try it out. And I talked to her about it and she agreed with me. And I mean, from there, her support, she told another person. That another person told another person. And it was like...
We ended up into the nursing community.
Right.
And
nurses found out about us. It just kind of...
Yeah, because they're working their butt off. They ain't got time.
They don't have time.
So, yeah.
I mean, it was literally these like hardworking women that... the first lady owned a daycare. She was doing 12, 15, 18 hours a day. And then you get to these nurses that are doing 12-hour shifts, 4 or 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And, our logic with the one was just like, hey, that could cover our grocery budget, for the week. If we're just looking at,
absolutely,
hey, okay, we're already spending this amount on our groceries to meal prep. If we can, and we typically have excess, now we're just, purposing that excess and we've got money to cover, groceries for the week. So like our thought process wasn't even that this was like a business. We were really just going to help somebody out.
Right.
And it grew from there. And then that's when we created Speak Life Foods. So it was like, okay, well, let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
And so we created the LLC, of course, not understanding the health department rules, and we're now new to the food industry.
Right.
Yeah. I'm corporate America. He's a truck driver. Nobody's outside of, we both worked at Taco Bell like for 6 months.
Right.
Short stint. That was our background. Like, and we just knew. We knew how, we've learned in the house of, cooking and technique and different things like that. So, we started small. We got a lot of feedback. Not everything worked out. People didn't really, like some of the stuff we did, but we got that feedback and we kept, we just kept going. We kept trying to be, creative with our meals and stuff like that. And next thing you know, I think maybe our most was like 150 individual meals in a weekend,
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, we was sun up to sundown in the kitchen cooking.
And delivering.
And delivering.
That's what I was going to ask too, because I was like, "Are you going to store that, or are you?"
We
No,
had
it was
pickups and deliveries.
Everybody had to pick up that night. We didn't store it. We delivered it. We ended up having an older lady that lived in Alexander. Her name was Miss Sue. She sent us a message and she was like, "I don't do all that Cash App and all that, but I'll write you a check." She's old school. We just, paper check. So met her at the gas station. She paid for her meals, and quite literally, like for I don't know the next, until we had to stop. We were her sole source of her meals. To the point her granddaughter reached out to Kreg and was just like, I was constantly worried about what she was eating because I knew she didn't cook.
Right.
And then I realized she was getting food from y'all, and it made me feel so much better.
Oh wow, that's a good feeling,
man.
Yeah.
So we knew at that point, like we were doing something like we had to keep this going. Pandemic hit, and so.
Right. I lost lost my job. Pandemic hit. So don't know what to do. Fallback is right now, I'm lucky to have Speak Life Foods that I'm able to still make some type of income off of.
Yeah, bringing something
during this time. So I go in full-fledged mode. We finna start doing family style meals, grab and goes. We just go everything every day that I could. I was just trying to post something, sell something, do something every day. I mean, I was just trying to do anything. I'm posting to all the yard sale groups back then. I'm just right.
It's a whole
every post is getting banned or blocked, but I'm still posting. Just trying to do anything I can to keep just getting the word out there. we go what, maybe 3-4 months, maybe 3 months, and then we get that call. You know, that dreaded health department call.
And they're like, hey, what you guys
Yeah, we've heard a lot of things about you guys.
Heard about y'all.
Yeah, stop doing that.
They're like, but wait, what are you talking about? We ain't never got nobody sick.
Right.
Never got nobody sick. I said,
Nothing.
these are just friends. Like, I'm just helping the friends out. And they're like, yeah, you got a business out here. I was like, yeah, no. Okay.
damn it.
Got it.
Yeah. We started, I guess, taking customers from a reputable competition.
it
and
It was an anonymous
Yeah.
report. But once we we sent out our messages to all our customers and made our announcement that we were going to stop. And when I say it, literally everybody was like, no, I didn't say it. Nobody's ever got sick. Like, we was just getting all these people was like, we love y'all. Like, y'all have been amazing. I've never had any concerns with your food. It's everything's always been, great. I'm so sad. I'm so, I'm hurt that, people would do this to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, hey, it's okay. Like, we'll come back. Like, we are going to figure out how to do this correctly, and we'll come back. So at that point, we then get on the search for finding this kitchen, because now we need to be in a commercial kitchen. We learned that in order to do what we were trying to do.
Well, hold on. That's 2 gut punches for me. I got gut punch with my job, and then I lose my other one, and I'm just over here like, I'm finna be down and out. I don't know what to do at this point. I'm so glad I had her to lean on, because I was lost. I didn't know what to do. I know what I wanted to do, but I didn't know how to go about getting into this commercial kitchen, or finding a church or anybody that could help us do this in a quick turnaround. It wasn't an easy process. It wasn't quick at all, actually. So, but we started the process of looking for a commercial kitchen space. So we ran into John Lamb in AR Kitchen, or our kitchen. And he opened his doors to us, and we used that space for about, 3 years. Found our footing, really learned a lot about what we want for ourselves, what not to do as business owners.
And also, I can imagine like getting into a commercial kitchen too. So now there's all this other equipment that you have to learn, and that's different than home kitchen. Like, I don't know what you're cooking on at home, whether it's gas or electric or whatever. But now you're in a commercial kitchen, and there's a lot in a commercial kitchen. I mean, we're talking about, you guys have fryers, ovens, like convection, like there's probably some stuff in there. I mean, the first time I stepped into a commercial kitchen, I was like, what is that? What is that?
Afraid to touch it, right. Don't want to break it.
There ain't no kids yelling at me either. What is happening?
Yeah.
So this is what we're going to do real quick. We're going to take a quick break, all right, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about the other side of this. We're talking about getting in the commercial kitchen, and we'll want to start talking about certified pies. And that roll. Awesome. We're going to be right back with Heaping Spoonful.
I hope you're enjoying this episode of Heaping Spoonful. We at Benny Keith Foods enjoy talking about the food scene almost as much as we enjoy providing the top quality ingredients that help restaurateurs and chefs across the Mid-South create their magic. Now let's dive even deeper into the culinary world with your host, Chef Brian McFadden.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Heaping Spoonful. I am sitting here with Kreg and Samantha Stewart from Certified Pies. So we talked about how y'all, the food posts on Instagram, somebody reach out, started doing meal prep, pandemic hit, and like it did for a lot of people, just took your legs out from under you. You lost your job. You lost 2 jobs, really, in a very short amount of time. But now you're in this commercial kitchen, all right? And at that point, did you start gaining some of those customers back, where you're like, hey, we're back on it now. Like, we are here.
No.
I got to bring it back just a little bit, because we didn't we got to the commercial kitchen, or we found John and we started the process. The goal was to go in here and do meal prep. That was the whole plan. We made logos. We did all this stuff to come in here and do meal prep. But one night we were Harlem had actually called me and he had told me, I want to make you a pizza for your birthday. And I was like, cool. I had been asking him for years, like, hey man, you making all these pizzas and pastas and incredible sandwiches and stuff. Can I please get, I mean, for at least 3-4 years, I would never get one. So when he said that he was going to make me one on my birthday, I was so excited. I was like, bet. So we actually had a podcast back then. We went and he made the dough, let it sit. We went and recorded the podcast, came back, made the sauce, did everything in front of me, baked it up, and when I bit into it, it was like light bulbs went off in my head. Literally, like light bulbs. It was like, yo, I looked him dead in his face. I said, you just playing around with this? Like, what are you doing with this? He was like, man, I just love pizza. I just love making pizza. Yeah. I was like, brother, man, listen, you sitting on something. I don't think you know what you got, but this is amazing. I told him, I said, I had never tasted nothing like that around here. And I was like, we eat a lot of pizza, I feel like, and this was really incredible. And I looked at her that night and I was like, babe, I don't know. Something's telling me we might need to do a whole pivot over here. Yeah. She was like, what? I said, listen, I know what you're saying. I get it. And I know we just spent all this money, but I'm telling you, I feel like this will be, I slept on it tonight and I came to her that Saturday. I was like, this will be a whole lot better for us in the long run. I was thinking about cost effective, like we're doing all these different styles and types of meals for meal prep. Yeah. And the profit margin on this stuff is tough because people get bored of eating the same food. They don't want the same food every week. Mm-hmm. So we were being extra creative with our menu and trying to make it happen, but we knew, or I felt like we could just dial this back with pizzas, wings, salads, and people eat pizza and wings every day. I was like, wait, this is...
And it won't stop.
It won't stop. I was like, this would be a lot easier for us to control and maintain in the long run versus doing a whole meal prep. Now, did not realize the scaling that had to go on with making it at home for yourself versus making it for a whole bunch of people. But looked at her Sunday, she was with it. Got with Harlem. We all sat down on the couch that Monday, and we looked each other in the eyes. It was like, gonna make it happen. We had Sam was the money for us to get inside of the commercial kitchen. She took money from her 401k to basically fund the whole situation when we first started. When we got in that kitchen, we had no idea what we was doing. None of us did. We really were in trial and error phase. If you look at our first pizza versus today, oh my God, it's like, it is totally different. I really do appreciate the people that had stuck with us and loved on us during this whole time because it's really been trial and error on trying to figure out how we can be the best version of us and certified pies that we can be. And I'm just thankful for her support, both financially and just personally, being my wife. It takes a special kind of person to believe in you. And have faith in you and to trust and be on that roller coaster with you, not knowing if it's gonna work or if it's not, but she saw how passionate I was about it, I believe, and I just didn't stop. I refused to stop because I didn't want to go back to truck driving or working for somebody else again. I was like, I really love this feeling. I love how it makes me feel. Like I really love waking up and being able to do what I love to do, and I found my passion in that versus
I mean, it does sound a little cliche, but, everybody says, like, you never work a day in your life if you do what you did. But it's true.
It's true.
I mean, it's a lot of work, but at the same time, I don't want to be working for nobody.
Man, what?
Yeah, I can't do it anymore. And I've worked for some really good people, too. But, after a while, you're just like, nah, I can do this.
I can do it.
I can do it well. And I think with some time, we can figure this out and we can do what we love to do and support our families, I think I say this every podcast. People that listen are going to be like, man, you said this again. But it's true. It's like you're doing what you love and you're supporting your family, and there's not a lot of people that can say that. Not a lot of people that can say that. You're doing what you love to do and you're supporting your family. So how long were you in that kitchen before you got brick and mortar?
Okay, so we opened the shared kitchen space October, right before Halloween. And then we operated various days throughout the weekend. We tried Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We tried Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just Saturday, Sundays, because we were paying by the hour. So we had to figure out we couldn't just be open and sit there. Like we had to be open and making money.
Right.
In order for it to make sense for us. So we settled on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Those were our days that we were gonna to operate in the kitchen and cook. And we just did pickup. We just did deliveries. So we did the DoorDashes. We did the Uber Eats, and then people had to pull around. And the kitchen was in the backside of a building. Like we had no front signage, marquee. We had none of that. We just had word of mouth and a bunch of phone calls about where are y'all, and you just keep coming around to the back of the building. I understand. I know. Yes. Behind the trash cans, keep going, just keep going. You will find us and we will find you. And, but we did that for 3 years from 2020 and then 2023 is when really between 21 and 22, we were looking for spaces.
Okay.
Because everything had kind of started shifting. Everybody, like COVID was kind of becoming like the norm now. People are starting to get out again. But man, trying to find a building space that had a grease trap.
Yeah.
And or vent hood. Because those two things by themselves is $100,000.
Yeah.
Just them two pieces of equipment that is required to have a restaurant.
Yeah.
Not even including the size and all the other rules. So us, we're not funded. We're literally trying to figure this out, how to get into a building space. So we knew that there was a bunch of restaurants that had closed to COVID. So we had literally searched high and low for the right spot. We went to new spaces that we would be required to outfit as far as like do the construction and fund that. We've went to older spaces that, it had all these things. We could kind of make it work, but it had a huge dining room. And we're like,
Yeah.
now in things have shifted. We had to look at like these spaces that had big dining rooms were sitting empty. And did we want to have to deal with that? I mean, are we back? Is everybody back outside yet or no? Like this was during that time frame. So we still knew that we wanted to keep it kind of relatively small, but still try to be the most cost effective when it was to find a space.
Yeah.
It just so happened that the landlord of the building that we were in, that we were subleasing from John at the time, but the landlord of the building, John had introduced us to. He came by and tried our food, and a few months had passed in between. We never heard back from him. He was just like, hey, if anything comes up, cool. If not, whatever. So we had been looking for spaces. Nothing just kind of set right. We had done some negotiations with some people, and things you know, we learned to listen to the things like that was like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like those little small things was like, I think you're forcing it, you know, trying to force a negotiation or trying to like keep going back and forth. We're like, this just doesn't feel right. Like we do want a space, but we don't want to have to like dig ourselves so deep that we can't get out, you know, on the front end. So we said we had a lot of no's and we were just like, it's just not right. And landlord came back in and was like, hey, I got a spot. You know, I'd be willing. I can't tell you about it right now, but I got something coming. So we got to work kind of trying to find the funding. And he told us that he would do the construction. All we had to do was buy the equipment.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, all right, so half our battle, like that's cutting our, you know, now we're looking at, you know, maybe a smaller kind of loan. Maybe this is a little bit doable for us.
Right.
So I did all the programs. I went through Southern Bancorp has a minority enterprise program. Mm-hmm. I utilized their services to get a business advisor. And that man helped me so much to understand how to make our financials, because we've been working, right? We've been in business a couple of years now, only on weekends. So no, our profits aren't like just sky high, right? Right. And everything that we were making, we was putting right back into the business. So we didn't have, you know, this huge bank account just with money sitting in it, you know. But we had a story, and our financials kind of told the story. So he helped me put that all together and get us funding ready, which is so important. You can't, if you're creating a new business or anything like that, a lot of people think that there's just free money out here.
Yeah.
It's not.
And then there's, on top of that too, then there's different loans.
Oh,
this kind of
so many different kinds.
SBA. And
lines of credit. Like,
talking about.
There's so many different terms, and
it's got to be paid back by this. It's got to be paid back this way. And then,
you know, again, being thrown into something like this, like you've got to know. But even, you know, a lot of people look for those grants, you know, that people think are free money. It's not that simple. It really isn't. And you have to have some type of background, some type of proof. And so we started with the big names in banking and financial institutions, the one that people, you know, that you regularly bank with, and all of them told us no.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, we got so far along that when one found out I was quitting my full-time job, my corporate job, they said, well, how do you plan on paying it back? Well, the loan is for the business. That's because you would want me to have my time to be invested fully in the business, right? That's where this money is going towards. And they did not see the value in the business.
Yeah.
So I got connected to Arkansas Capital Corporation, which CDFIs. There's, again, as we talked about, different terms and there's different banks out here. There's different financial institutions that the criteria is so different.
Right.
And it honestly is just a matter of who you are dealing with and whether they believe in your story or not.
Yeah.
So we got with Arkansas Capital, and much, you know, there's a lot of people that's been watching. Thankfully, he was at forefront in social media, telling the story, keeping people up to date, keeping people involved, of just our growth, our struggles, you know, just some of the highs and the lows. Yeah. So people had been watching us, and so we went in. It was night and day difference. They said, give me this paperwork. We're going to go through SBA. Tell me exactly how much you need. And so I worked with our business advisor. So I had Arkansas Capital as my lender. I had Southern Bancorp, who was helping me with this technical program and business advising. And he helped me line everything out. We went to auctions and researching equipment and getting all of our costs together, and we come up with a number, and we talked to them about it, and they was like, all right, cool. So they helped us get us through, and we were approved through SBA. So we got funded.
And that's in the location you're at right now?
And that's in our location. So back to the building, we ended up moving from the back side of this commercial building to the front side of this building, whereas we didn't have to lose anything or change our location for our customers, our current customers, our loyal people that had been pulling around the back of the building.
Right.
Now we just moved to the front.
Yeah, just up front.
And it just ended up being the perfect situation for us. We didn't rush it. We didn't, try to force it.
Yeah.
And now we were just moved from one side to the other in the same location that we were at, and that's how we ended up off of Markham.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
So let's talk now as far as food goes. And there's a couple questions that I ask everybody. All right. So, one, I haven't had a bad thing at that restaurant.
Well, I appreciate that.
That's good. And you make good food, so I understand.
Yeah, So.
Listen, from the pizza to the wings, I mean, you all know you got something special with them wings. I mean, that's
it's the jam.
Fried pickles.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much on that menu that you can pick from, but, and this is the question I ask everybody, if you had to put somebody come to you and was like, listen, what am I eating? What am I eating? What would be the perfect thing? There's everybody. First of all, everybody's a critic. We know this.
Oh man,
everybody's a chef too.
Yeah, everybody. It's keyboard warriors. Everybody's out there.
Yeah.
When if there's a food critic coming in and you're like, this is what I want them to order. If you can't put the food in front of them. What you're I hope they order this. I hope they order this. I know, mine at Brood is I hope they get a cheesesteak, or I hope they get the meatloaf, or I hope they do this, or, I hope they do that. If I know a critic's coming in, or, somebody, whatever. What are you putting in front of them? First time in the door, best representation of certified pies. What are you putting in front of them?
I always go, man. I'll say our Boss Hog pizza. It's a meat lover's pizza. You can't go wrong with that one.
Yeah.
And our Truth Wings. It's a locally made sauce by our brother Keith Tucker. It's a sweet and spicy sauce. You kind of get the best of both worlds with it.
For sure.
And those are my top two, I would say, for sure. I would put in, I think we would win them over.
They're also those two items too. So they're my go-to also. So the funny thing is there's probably certain things. I know that there's certain things on my menu that I'm like, oh, man, I really wish they would have ordered this. But that also is the thing. They come in, they get the Boss Hog, and then they get the Truth Wings, and they got something to say about it. I'm like, I ain't even listening to that review. I ain't even listening to it. They're gonna say this and that. I'm gonna be like, nah, yeah, I don't. That they got no credibility whatsoever. I would feel that way. So walk in. How many seats you got in there? Because you talk about not having too big of a restaurant. How many seats you have in the front of there?
We have 38 seats.
Yeah, I think it's perfect. I think it's perfect. It's size is great. It's counter service, but
we
small.
Want small. I'm afraid of that big dining room. I was I don't.
And pizza is still very much takeout. You know?
Yeah. I'm guessing
we have
30-40% of your business is probably takeout, right?
No, more than that.
Really?
60-70% of our business is takeout. Now we have your pockets. We've got that lunch rush, people that are in the area, they got, an hour, 30 minutes, whatever, can't go very far. So we'll get a lunch rush that'll come through, and then dinner service, honestly, we'll get a few tables, but most people are sitting there just waiting on their food. They're waiting to come home or carry it out. It's still majority, people still want to just go, take out and go. And delivery services.
What time do you guys open?
11.
Every day?
Every day. Well, except Sundays. Sundays we move from 12 to 5.
12 to 5.
Yeah, people still in church at 11, so.
But you're open 7 days?
6.
Oh, 6.
Closed Mondays.
Closed Mondays. Mm-hmm. I think that's important for a business, especially for a restaurant. It's something that I pitched before I moved down here, to my cousin who's my business partner. We're like, man, we're going to close on Sundays, I kind of it was a unwritten contract. I was like, you got to be closed today. And it helps with labor, and it's just, man, Man, I tell you what, if I could close 2 days, I
I told
would. That way everybody's working the same.
What?
You know what I mean? But
That was why we switched our Sundays.
we were doing 7 days a week at first. We tried everything in our first.
When we first got started, we was doing
doing-
like Monday dinner service.
Oh
and
man,
we
burnt
did
out.
11 to 8 on Sundays. And I mean, we just, again, we had to, we things that happened in the shared kitchen has helped us to really feel like we still have to maximize our hours in the store.
absolutely.
And so what we learned like Sundays was we have this pocket. This is when we're busy from 12 o'clock till about 5, maybe 5:30. But after that, people are already home. They're getting their kids ready for the rest of the day. It's Sunday. It's a reset day. You know what I'm saying? So if they're gonna pick up, they can pick up between these hours.
Yeah.
And everybody's been fine. It's been the best decision because it's allowed us, because we have Harlem, to alternate and us get extra off days because otherwise we're always there.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Always.
you know, we're never working. But yeah, so now we're able to factor in just more rest time for us to have to manage the store.
Yeah.
And we can have a crew all day, open to close. You get in, we do the service, and we go home.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody else is home by 6, 7 o'clock, and they're enjoying their families for Sunday.
Yeah. It's important.
It's important.
That's it. You know, so when we opened up Brood, or even I will tell you this now, even to now when I interview people, this industry, I mean, we can go on about this all day, but this industry, obviously, it's a very difficult, and it's surrounded by, you know, poor mental health, I should say, you know? So even when I interview people nowadays, I'm looking for a morning position or I'm looking for nights, you know, and they're like, morning or night, you could do like, you run 2 crews? I'm like, yeah, I do. I run a lunch crew and I run a night crew, you know, and my morning crew, they come in like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning and they prep, they work lunch and then they're out and then night crew comes in. That's not how I came up in the kitchen. Like how I came up in the kitchen was like, you set your station up in an hour and then you work all day, you know, 12, 15 hours a day. I don't want to do that to anybody. And now I have kids, you know, and I'm like, oh, I want to be home. I want my kids to bed. I read to my kids at night and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So that whole balance, I learned this, John Brandenburger, Community Bakery. He said, man, you got to stop messing with that balance crap. You gotta harmonize. You gotta harmonize. You gotta figure that out. You know, figure out the harmony between, you know, family and work and stuff. And I started thinking about it in that way rather than balance, because when you're doing balance, you're like, you're taking from one side to go to the other. When you harmonize, and you're just working it out, you know. I haven't figured it out yet.
Right.
I'm not saying that I haven't figured it out because I don't, but I'm trying.
Right.
I'm trying, you know. But like you said, and that area too, like I've learned different places that I've worked is that like, oh, I don't know this town as much as I thought I did, you know? My thoughts are like, they need something in this town, blah, blah, blah. But I wonder why does that restaurant keep the hours? Those hours are weird, you know? And then I'm like, oh, wait, this is why they're doing it. This is why they're doing that. So at that town, you got to figure it out. Now you have, now I'm drawing a blank and I forget their names, but they're good people and I just met them recently. Is Cheesecake on Point still up there with y'all?
Matcha, yep. Cheesecake on Point.
Yeah. I just met them
Chew.
for the first time. We did the Masonic Lodge with the Hunger Alliance. Good people. But so, all right, pizza, wings, like what else are we looking at? Like, are we sitting tight right now? Like we sitting tight, certified pies, any plans? And listen, we don't have to talk about like plans for expansion or other locations.
We've got ideas. This one here don't like to sit still very long. He's already brain's already been turning.
You're the ship. She's
she bring me.
There
She
you
keep
go.
me up. She keep me saying it sound good, but let's actually get the numbers and stuff together before you just wanna.
My facial expression tell it all. Like it tells it all. I can't hold it back.
I tell Rob all the time. I'm like, man, we should start recording, like video recording and stuff.
Oh,
Get
man.
some of the faces. It's crazy.
Definitely.
But I mean, I enjoy the hustle, guys. And listen, I mean, I come from the East Coast, and I'm not gonna pull any names out, but like I was constantly searching for pizza, just pizza since I moved here, you know. And I was like pizza, and then I had people that worked with us at our spots, and they were like, "Brian, go over here," and I was like,
You gotta cross the river.
"Yeah, you gotta go over here," you know, that kind of stuff, and wings too, you know.
Yeah.
And I think you guys are killing it over there for sure.
I mean, pizza and wings go together. They do. But there is nobody that serves fried wings and pizza in the same spot until us. So, I mean, they could do, now, don't get me wrong, the baked wings, and there's other that sells wings, but not the way we're doing them. So you get the best of both worlds.
You have any sleepers on the menu? Ever, like, you have any sleepers, like, you're like, man, I really wish that these people, like, they read the description and nobody ever gets it. But, like, I know we have items that, like, just try it.
The crab pizza.
The crab pizza.
Sweet James.
Ah, what's all on that?
It's got lump crab, bacon, Alfredo base, with a little dash of Old Bay and some green onions on top. It's the least, people look at that and say, crab on a pizza? Try it once. Just
really good.
One time. If you're not allergic to seafood, I'm just saying, I'm sorry if you are, but
You missing out.
just one time. Just try the crab pizza. That's all.
Heck yeah.
It's the
I'm
Sweet
all
James.
about that. Sweet James. Okay. Has that always been on the menu?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that. See, that's also that's also my problem too. Is because I'm walk in and I order the same thing all the time.
Sure, your go-tos. You know
I don't
what you
get up to
want.
see it all as much as I like to, so I always have my go-to. And I get it.
I
My wife
understand.
is the one. She's like, I'm gonna try this, you know, or whatever. And I'm like, I just get the boss hog and the wings. So,
And there's nothing wrong with that. Look, I put them at the top of the menu for a reason, because that's exactly what everybody goes to on. It's either a Supreme or a Boss Hog. You're gonna one of them two, or the classic pepperoni, whatever. But yeah, if there's like one pizza that is undervalued a lot, it's the Sweet James for sure.
I would probably say loaded fries. We have some really good loaded fries that don't get ordered near as much as they should.
Man.
what kind of fries do you use?
So we put our pizza toppings on the fries. So like you can get Swang and Bang, which is crispy chicken, bacon ranch, truth sauce, and our ranch is house made. You can get that on top of fries.
Right.
And this is just one of them you dig in. Like you eat it out the bowl that it comes in.
Right, right.
Fork and tuck you some napkins in and just get to work. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not.
Let's see, what else? You can get the Alfredo. You can get the smooth operator on the fries. But it's one of them nostalgia things. Like, you just get your loaded fries.
You use like steak fries, shoestrings, crinkles.
Crinkle cut.
Crinkle cut?
Crinkle cut.
Love me a crinkle cut.
Good crinkle cut. And we've learned that our customers love crinkle cuts.
Man.
They hate
Went through that
straight
process.
cuts.
Yeah.
Fries. Oh my God, they hated them so bad. And then when you switch to crinkle cuts, you'll have
Now all the straight cut
Bro,
people.
what happened to the straight cuts? I'm like, oh my God,
Where
listen,
were you
y'all.
before?
You can't make everything.
Right. That's one thing we've learned too in the 5 years, man. You're not gonna be able to make
It's not
every single person happy, and you're gonna drive yourself crazy trying to make every single person happy. I stopped doing that.
reading all them reviews.
You gotta get off the reviews, man. I stopped doing that.
You sure?
Yeah, I try to have fun with them now and entertain versus just driving myself insane, wondering what happened, why, what. I stopped doing that and was like, hey, it's gonna be good reviews, it's gonna be bad reviews. Most of our reviews are good. We get a few bad ones here or there. I don't stress about it. If it's something where I was like, okay, hey guys, what happened here? Or something like that. It was a specific situation or a specific item that went out that wasn't right. I'll bring it to, I'm like, hey, let's make sure the next time we send this out, it looks like this versus it looks like that. And I never beat my crew up about bad
Mistakes are gonna
reviews or stuff like that. I'm like, guys, this is food. Mistakes are gonna happen.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that. I'm like, I'm not finna beat y'all down about making a mistake or someone out bad.
Yeah.
I say we will wear that on the chin. We'll just coach y'all
For sure.
and we'll just get better from there. I don't ever let them feel like a customer is going to dictate how we treat them or make them feel less than. I always tell them, man, I try to treat my employees like family, even from when you first start. And I learn about you as you go. I try to treat everybody with the respect and just respect I would want somebody to treat me with. If I come to work at your establishment, and we're still learning how to be the best boss man we can be with these employees. You know how it goes. Every day.
Every
See,
minute.
this is where that psychology comes in.
Right.
I'm thankful because
It helps. It helps for sure. A lot of times I have to like sit back and like, we're gonna talk about this tomorrow. I'm gonna sleep on this one. We're gonna talk about this tomorrow. But we're gonna talk about it. We might have to talk about this tomorrow because my initial is like,
that's me.
Fired
He's
up.
fired.
That's me.
So I need to sit back here for a second. Yeah, for sure. Well, listen, I really appreciate y'all coming in.
Yeah,
Thank you so
thanks
much.
for having us.
Man. We enjoyed ourselves.
And I tell everybody this, like let's check back in a year and see what's going on.
Damn.
See what's happening a year from now.
Too.
I mean, a lot happens in a month. So we check back in a year,
Right.
And see if anything's changed. If we got expansion, the menu changes, all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
I'm down.
yeah, awesome. But I appreciate it. I'm happy I finally got y'all on.
I'm happy we made it happen, man, for sure.
Heck yeah. Well, I appreciate it. I'd like to thank Rusty Mathis, is the GM over here at Benny Keith. I'd like to thank Rob. Rob makes us sound good. We take care of Rob.
Amen.
Always got to take care of Rob. Yeah, for sure. So you can find us on Apple. You can find Heaping Spoonful on Spotify, on Pandora, all the major, wherever you listen to your podcasts, you can find Heaping Spoonful. So check it out, the first and third Tuesday of every month. And if there's anybody out there that wants to come on the show, hit us up. All right, that's it on this episode of Heaping Spoonful.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Heaping Spoonful. On behalf of all of us at Benny Keith Foods, Mid-South Division, please know how much we love connecting you with the legends of the culinary scene and their unique stories. I look forward to the next time we can offer you another Heaping Spoonful.